ready with me on my cruise. We are on Royal Caribbean, and I want to talk to y'all real quick. I'm gonna do a little simple makeup look because we're gonna go listen to live music. Today we actually set sail, and I'm really excited, and I want to talk to y'all real bad because I haven't made a YouTube video in a couple weeks, so let's do it. I just want to say that I am a product of your thoughts manifesting, okay? I am a stone cold believer that what you consistently focus on, what you believe, the people that you surround yourself with is a strong indicator of how your life is going to turn out. I grew up poor, okay? I was raised by my mom. She definitely did the best that she could, and I always had the things that I needed, and thank God, you know, I was able to get some of the things that I wanted as well. And so I didn't really like need for anything, and I think that I had like a decent childhood in that aspect, right? Like, you know, when people talk about being poor, like dirt poor, like not even having the necessities, okay? Like some way, somehow I always had the necessities. So that's something that I am very grateful for. But yeah, so anyway, I feel like I am a stone cold representation of your thoughts, your beliefs, and just the things that you focus on continuously coming to a head, coming to fruition in your life. And the reason why I say that is because my life is totally different from what I expected it to be. The people that I grew up with, a lot of the people that I was surrounded by, like when you're around poor people have a poor mindset for the most part. And here's the thing, they only know what they know. So if all you know is poor, then all you're gonna get is poor, because that's all you know. You know that it's a struggle. You know that it's a struggle to pay your bills. Sorry, I gotta move y'all to the side because I can't see the mirror. But you know that life is a struggle. You know that it's a struggle to pay your bills. You know that it's a struggle to take care of your children. You know that it's a struggle to work 2 or 3 jobs, right? And so what I mean by poor people have a poor mindset, it's something that you can't help as a poor person. And honestly, this is something that I had to learn out of exposure. So I'm gonna tell y'all. So when I was about 3rd grade, I moved. So I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. Not St. Louis, but Illinois, okay? And I ended up moving from East St. Louis to like Swansea, Belleville area. And if you're not familiar with Southern Illinois, I'm just going to explain to you. So that area is a decent area. It's like middle class, upper middle class, you know. And so obviously I made friends at this new school, and I was invited to birthday parties. And when I started getting invited to birthday parties of my friends, my new friends at this new school, and I saw how they were living, and I saw how their parents would throw them parties, how they would pay for their kids to just have fun, like literally just leisure time, not even just necessities, but like actually paying for their kids to go on vacation or do things with their friends or give them money to go to the mall. And I saw their homes, and I saw how they were living, and I saw that a lot of their family members were involved, not even just the immediate family members, but like cousins and aunts and uncles and great aunts and the cousins of the cousins, like second cousin, you know, like they were really involved in family life and making sure that each child thrives. Like they are legitimately giving these kids money. Oh yeah, my uncle blah 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 took me on vacation. And that's something that you're not really used to as a poor person, because if they ain't got it for their kids, they're probably not going to have it for their nieces and nephews or their grandchildren or like their distant cousins, you know what I'm saying? And so to actually be exposed to that opened my eyes tremendously to what the world has to offer. Because when you're used to one thing, you honestly feel like, especially as a kid, you feel like that's how life is. You feel like life is struggle. And so I started to notice a shift in my mindset as a kid. Now, I didn't really fully understand it because at that point, I'm not paying bills yet. I'm still a kid, right? So I don't really know everything, but I know that I don't want to be poor. I know that I don't want to grow up struggling. And unfortunately, a lot of the adults in my life would tell me about how hard life is. And maybe they weren't just referring to money, but a lot of the conversation was money. My scalp is so flaky. But a lot of the conversation was money, about how hard it is to stay afloat and not make ends meet and making sure you do blah, blah, blah. And, oh, you're not going to always get what you want, you know. I think I really, really, really started to see a shift was when I started to pay my own bills. Okay? Because at that point, it's like I'm taking care of myself and I'm poor. Like, even though my mindset started to shift and I started to make a change, I still didn't have the, what's what I'm looking for, the tools to get what I wanted fully. If you get what I'm saying, like, I had the knowledge of, okay, this is not how I want to live. I don't want to live poor anymore. I don't want to have this certain lifestyle anymore. But I didn't know where to start. Like, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying, but it took a while to get there because it was something that I kind of had to navigate on my own. But poor people have a poor mindset. A lot of the things that I thought were ridiculous, specifically things that cost a certain amount of money, everything now I look at as an investment. I look at everything as an investment now. So let's say I want to go back to school. A poor person, someone who's not exposed to much, is probably going to say, oh, school is so expensive, which is true, right? Like, if you don't got it, you don't got it. But poor and all, I'm like, okay, is this going to bring me closer to my career? Is this going to bring me closer to the career that's going to make me a livable wage? Is this going to bring me closer to the career of my dreams? Is this going to allow me to be able to pay my bills? Is it going to allow me to travel? Is this career going to fund a business that I want to start? You know, like, you start to actually look at it as a investment instead of a waste of money or, oh my God, it's too much money. If it's worth the investment, you will make the sacrifice to make it happen. Once I noticed that I was making so many excuses as to why I couldn't reach my goals, and it was because I had a poor mindset. And when I say a poor mindset, not even just money. A poor mindset, anybody can have a poor mindset. A poor mindset is making excuses. A poor mindset is you're not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. A poor mindset is not coming up with a plan. A poor mindset is complaining. That's what I mean by a poor mindset. Not saying that everybody who is financially poor or not thriving financially has a poor mindset, because sometimes it could just be, a lot of times it's the access to the tools that you need to succeed, you know? And you kind of have to, well, not kind of, but you have to fight your way through that, because nobody's going to hand it to you. Like, you're going to have to figure it out, how you going to get there. And I went to college. I thought I wanted to be into social work, but I knew me having a degree was better for me. And I know that's something that, like, people argue about, but just truthfully, outside of the career, I feel like I learned so much about myself in college that I probably would not have learned on my own. Professionalism, how to type a professional email, how to talk on the phone properly, how to schedule my time properly, how to manage my money. And yes, I could do these things without college, but I know for me, I learned a big part of that in college because of the people that I surrounded myself with, college professors, joining clubs in college, joining different social groups, like, all that played a huge role in who I am today. And so I graduated from college, still had a poor mindset, because keep in mind, especially when you've been taught how to think a certain way for such a long periodically time, it's really hard to deprogram yourself. And I graduated from college. I was working a job, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was not in love with this job because I got my degree in sociology, and that's not one of the money makers. Okay, you got to be passionate about helping people. I love helping people, but I also know myself. I also know that I want money. I want shmoney. I want real money. I don't want just bill money. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to have good benefits. I want to be able to do what I want to do because I'm a free spirit. I got to be out here. Okay, I got to live the life of my dreams, period. But like, I wasn't happy. That's just the bottom line. I wasn't happy, and I knew it wasn't for me. Once I started working in the field of social work, I was not happy. I was working at a live-in facility, and then I switched from a live-in facility to a like community-based program, and a lot of these people they suffered from certain mental illnesses. They were in recovery from drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. Not everybody, but some of them were. And I enjoyed it, but I knew for me that wasn't for me because, like I said, like the way that I imagined my life was not aligned with that type of job. And I'm not even just talking about hair, nails, travel. Like, I mean comfortability to a level where I'm not like, if something were to happen today, would I be able to fund myself? You know, like, it was decent wage, but it wasn't enough for me. Especially because I like cushion. I like to have freedom. I like to have options. And so that wasn't the case with that type of job. Not for me, honey. But anyway, worked that for a while, and then I started doing lashes, and I was doing eyelashes while I was working, and that was good money. But then another thing was that I wasn't passionate about that. There's definitely money in the lash industry, but it wasn't for me. I did it for a while. I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 years. I was doing eyelash extensions. I was very good at it, actually. But I wasn't passionate. I wasn't passionate about it at all. It wasn't for me. Sorry, y'all, I keep saying I'm trying to be more mindful of saying as a filler word. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I just knew that where I was, like, the shift in my mindset happened at an early age, but it was more of like a gradual thing. So obviously, when you're young, you're not paying any bills. When you're 12, you ain't paying no bills. 12 years old, you like, oh, people really live like a good life. Like, their parents actually send them on vacation. Their parents can throw them extravagant parties. Their parents can send them and their cousins or their friends on vacation. You telling me people live like this willingly? Like, they can afford this? Okay, bet. Like, that's what I want for me, myself, and my children and my family. Okay, bet. And then it went from that to, okay, how do I get there? I didn't know what I was doing, obviously, because, you're young, and I just didn't know. But went from that to college, and I really was honing in on what I wanted to do in my life. I didn't know what, and I didn't know, but I definitely tried my best to stay prayed up, constantly looking for careers, and I wasn't afraid to try different careers. I wasn't afraid to put myself out there and explore, take risks. Like, if you want something, you're gonna have to take a risk. That's why I say it will cost you your life to have a poor mindset. It really will, because it will stop you from really reaching your potential with thinking that where you are is your last stop. Now, it's one thing if you're happy with it, if it's one thing that you're content with it, but if you know you're not and you're stopping at a certain point, that's why a poor mindset is bad for your health. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like it is so bad for your health, the health of your family, and not your physical health. I'm talking about like your financial health, your physical health too, because it could be affected, because if you're not where you need to be financially, it can take a toll on your health. You're stressed, and I didn't want that for myself. Like, I just knew that whatever I decided to do, that this was not the life for me. I was tired of being poor. I was tired of trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for X, Y, and Z. Like, that's exhausting to be in a constant state of stress and confusion and lack. So I worked in the mental health field for a little while, and then I went from the mental health field I moved to Dallas. And I actually had an aunt and uncle that live in Dallas. They still do. And they just kept telling me, like, Nisha, you can move down here, start over. And I was so hesitant at first, but that was like one of the best decisions that I've ever made. It completely changed the entire trajectory of my life. And it just made me realize that all my hard work was paying off, because even when I didn't know what to do, my mindset never changed, if you get what I'm saying. Like, even though I wasn't where I wanted to be, nothing was going to stop me from getting to where I wanted to be. Nothing. I don't care. I don't give a damn if I saw the light at the end of the tunnel or not. I was going to make the light at the end of the tunnel. You feel me? Like, I'm not waiting on nobody to rescue me. I'm going to figure this out on my own if I have to. I had my mind made up that I was going to figure it out, however, whatever, to get out of this state of being, to get out of being poor, to get out of, like, not having enough money, to get out of constantly being in a never-ending circle of not living the life that I want to live. So I moved to Dallas after I graduated from college. Not immediately after, maybe like a year or so after. And it really was no plan. Like, I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I just started working a job, just any job really that I could get my hands on. And that I was like, the main thing that I need to do, and again, if I had a poor mindset, if I continued to have a poor mindset, my mindset would be like, oh, you know, well, I guess this is the end for me. No, literally, I was thinking like, okay, well, I can at least build my resume with this job. This isn't what I want to do, but I can at least build my resume. I can get my name out there. I can build my professional skills, and I can work from there. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I know I ain't going to be here. I know I ain't going to stay here. That's all I know. So I worked a job, couldn't stand it, hated it, but I knew that I felt like in my spirit that it was going to bring me closer to my goal. That's all I cared about. And you want to know what's so crazy? The shift is so amazing. Like, my journey to getting closer to my goals has been truly amazing, because I went from one job, my first job here, well, not here, but my first job in Dallas, it was a decent stepping stone, but it definitely wasn't a well-paying job. It definitely was very high stress. And then to go from that to a job that it was still a little stressful, okay? But the pay was better, the environment was better benefits. So I went from that to something else. And now I would have never imagined that I would be making the money that I'm making now. Like, I make more money, especially for someone that didn't know what they wanted to do for real. I just feel blessed. And I know I'm kind of rambling, y'all, because I cannot multitask trying to do my makeup and talk. But what I'm basically saying is, shift your mindset. Even if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, like, I'm still trying to find my way, y'all. It's not even like I have my life completely together, but I'm getting there. I started to read more. I watch motivational podcasts. I listen to motivational podcasts. I listen to people who are aligned with the lifestyle that I want to live, to have peace, to have knowledge, wisdom, to manage my money better, to make good financial decisions, learning how to grow my money, learning how to save, learning how to family plan. Like, all that stuff, you have to align yourself with the people, the things that you consume on a regular basis, things that you just listen to, the people that you listen to. These are very vital. These are very important things. And we may think that they're not, but they are. They truly are. That shift was insane. Just thinking about my journey so far, it truly has been a blessing. I don't know, y'all. I just feel so blessed because I've been growing my podcast. I've been growing my YouTube channel. I've been growing Lemonade, my social media platforms. And the direction that I'm going is such an amazing shift that I saw for myself, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. And to actually see it unfolding in front of my eyes has truly been something that I'm very, very grateful for. But to anybody out there that's feeling discouraged, you don't always have to see the end of the tunnel. And I'm going to be honest with you, it really is none of your business to know. Like, we think that we need to see at the very end of the tunnel, but that's not your job. Your job is to set a goal, to stay focused on said goal, and to learn how to get to your goal and repeat. That's your job. Your job isn't to be checking, looking, searching far and wide to figure out, is this working? I don't know, is this work? Like, you know when you're on the right path, so continue to do that. Stay consistent. That's what you need to do. I didn't know exactly where I was going to end up, and this isn't my final destination. Like, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still moving. Things are, like, literally, everything is always moving forward for me every single time, every day. Every day something is working out for me, and it's because of my mindset. It's because of, and I'm not even gonna say it's my drive, because I'm not always consistent like I need to be, but I know that my mind and staying prayed up and staying focused on the things that I need to focus on is what's getting me where I need to go, because it's aligning me with everything that I want and need in life, you know. So just do that. Just do that. Just stay focused. Y'all see my face? I don't know what I'm going to put on my lips. Maybe just some cute pink gloss. Oh, I forgot. I have my NYX Butter Gloss in the color Creme Brulee. Let me show y'all. Oh my gosh. There we go. Creme Brulee, and it's NYX Butter Gloss. I love this stuff. But just stay focused. And also remember, you ain't got to share what you're doing with other people, by the way. And I want to make a separate video. Actually, I am going to make a separate video about that. But I don't believe in telling everybody my plan. As a matter of fact, I don't believe in telling anybody my plan, because not everybody's going to understand your vision, and don't expect them to. It's not their job. Your vision is your vision for a reason. It's not for everybody to understand. Period. So try your best to get out of that poor mindset. And if I be honest with you, the biggest thing that helped me was a couple of things. Well, a few things. It was a combination of things. So you visualize and you figure out what type of person you want to be. So I had to really sit and talk to myself, have a conversation with myself, and figure out the type of woman that I want to be. And I'm talking about every single detail. I'm talking about how I dress, how I walk, how I talk, who are my friends, how much money I have, how does she handle situations, how does she handle stressful situations, stuff like that. Get very detailed, because it'll give you a clear view, a clear vision of who you want to become. And it'll make more sense you being on your journey and trying to figure that out, because you have a clear visual of who that person is that you want to become. Clear as day. And I would journal to myself all the time. I don't do that as much, but at first, when I was further away from my goals than I thought I was, I loved to journal every single day. Like, call it play pretend or whatever, call it what you may. I would literally, like, if something didn't go my way that day, I would literally just write in my journal, like, you know what, I had an amazing day today. I learned X, Y, and Z. I feel so good. I feel so blessed. And just talk about how thankful I am for the day. And this really helped to continue my mindset to be on what's important. Like, really, it was, I think that that's what really helped me, because I used to soak in feeling upset and depressed and angry and frustrated and not coming up with a plan. So instead, on my days where I didn't feel my best, I would journal and I would talk about how, you know, I learned X, Y, and Z today, and I feel thankful. Like, today was a great day. This is what I learned today, and this is what I'm going to do better next time. This helped shift my mindset so much. And then also finding friends. I found a lot of amazing like-minded women here. Not so much men, but just because my main focus was like finding more friends that are women. And the women that I surround myself with are phenomenal. Like, I love them dearly. Like, they are amazing people. And, you know, who you surround yourself with is just as important as any aspect of your life, really, because who you surround yourself with on a regular basis can affect your life in so many ways, good and bad. But yeah, look at my face. But I love y'all so much. I feel like I was rambling, but in my heart, I feel as though somebody can understand my message today, even though I feel like I was a little all over the place today. But it was just a spur of the moment, and it was just on my heart to talk to y'all about that. But honestly, get out of that poor mindset. You know, start to talk to yourself every day. Write a clear direction that you want to go in. Who does the future you look like? What is that? What do they eat? Do they work out every day? Do they make $200,000 a year? Does the future you have a lot of friends? Do you travel a lot? Do you have children? Do you invest your money? Like, all that, write out all those details, and that'll give you a clear image of who you are currently and who you want to become. And it'll make it so vivid of like how you start to realize like how close you are to your dreams when you actually write them down. Because sometimes we say we want things, but we're not actually coming up with a plan. So write out, literally, like, have a conversation with yourself, have a meeting with yourself, and write out all the details about your future self, who you want to become, what do you eat, how you dress, where do you work, all that. And just stay faithful. Please stay faithful. Have faith. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed. You don't have to be perfect at it. That doesn't mean that you have to be happy every single day. It's not based off of happiness. It's based off of what you focus on. It's based off of what your mindset is. It's based off of what you're doing to get closer to your goals. That's what matters the most. But tell me what y'all think about today's episode. I love y'all to pieces. Bye.